Today we are learning about balanced and unbalanced forces, a core topic in physics. We will explore what forces do, how they affect motion, and how to apply this understanding to calculations and exam questions. By the end of this lesson, you will clearly know when an object stays still and when it changes its motion. A force is simply a push or a pull. Forces can make objects move, stop, speed up, slow down, or change direction. They can also change the shape of objects, like squeezing a sponge. In exams, always remember that forces affect motion and shape. Most objects experience more than one force at the same time. These forces can act in the same direction or in opposite directions. What matters is how these forces compare in size. This comparison leads us to balanced and unbalanced forces. Balanced forces occur when forces are equal in size and act in opposite directions. Because they cancel each other out, there is no overall change in motion. This is a very common definition question. Always use the phrase equal and opposite in your answer. When forces are balanced, the object either stays at rest or moves at a constant speed in a straight line. Constant speed means no acceleration, no slowing down, and no turning. In exams, students often forget that moving objects can still have balanced forces. A book on a table stays still because gravity pulls it down while the table pushes it up with the same force. A floating object stays level because upthrust balances weight. These examples are common in multiple choice questions. Always identify the opposing forces clearly. Unbalanced forces occur when forces are not equal in size. This means there is a resultant force acting on the object. A resultant force causes a change in motion. This is the key difference from balanced forces. When forces are unbalanced, the object accelerates. Acceleration does not just mean speeding up. It also includes slowing down or changing direction. This is a very important exam point that students often miss. When you kick a ball, your foot applies an unbalanced force, causing the ball to move. When braking, friction provides an unbalanced force that slows the bicycle. Always state what force is larger in explanation questions. The resultant force is the overall force acting on an object. It tells us whether forces are balanced or unbalanced. If the resultant force is zero, forces are balanced. If it is not zero, forces are unbalanced. Let's look at an example. Two men applied equal forces of 10 N to push a box. Let's their resultant force. Here, the forward force is 10 newtons and the backward force is 10 newtons. These forces are equal and opposite, so the resultant force is 0 newtons. This means it's a balanced force. The box will remain at rest or move at constant speed. A cyclist pushes forward with 20 N. Air resistance acts backward with 5 N. Find his resultant force and state if it's a balanced or unbalanced force. In this example, the forward force is greater than the resistive force. The resultant force is 15 newtons forward, so the cyclist speeds up. In exams, always include the direction of the resultant force. Let's take a moment to test your understanding of what we've covered so far. Please choose the correct answers to the following questions. You can pause the video if you need more time and also re-watch to answer the questions. Find the net force and the direction of movement of the car in each diagram below. Thank you for learning with Acestudents. If you found this lesson helpful, be sure to check out our playlist for more videos. Every video includes evaluation questions to help you test your understanding. Our content is perfect for homeschooling, Google Classrooms, or private tutoring. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell so you never miss a new science lesson.